Hi guys, it's Jazz1122 here, and I'm here for the reading for the Libras out there for February 18th through February 24th. I hope all of you are having an amazing day so far, as well as welcome to my channel. I appreciate everyone who has taken time to watch my videos, and a big thank you to those who have also subscribed. I appreciate each and every one of you. And also remember, as a disclaimer, that if this message is not for you, that does not mean it's not for anyone else out there on YouTube. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on for the Libras out there for February 18th to February 24th. Let me just move this blanket because it's having a shadow and it's bothering me. There we go. Okay. We have the King of Swords here. So we have you guys being very vocal this week. I feel you guys are definitely standing your ground. You're definitely saying what you want. Saying what you won't. Saying what you want and standing by it. With the King of Swords, he doesn't let emotions rule him. So I feel that you guys are not really going to be overly emotional this week because, this week also starts Pisces season, so people could feel a bit more emotional at these times, but I really feel like you're going to still be in a logical state of mind to not let your emotions get in the way of what you're trying to do or act out in ways that you might regret later. Okay. And we have the Chariot. So you guys are moving forward, like full steam ahead. And also I like to look at the Chariot is balancing the light and dark within self. I feel that's what we're all here to do. I feel that that's what makes everything. Like when you look at a battery, right? You don't see two plus signs. You don't see two negative signs. You see a negative and a positive. So that's really how it is in the universe. So I really feel that you guys are really incorporating the dark sides of yourself into the new direction where you're going. Also, this is Cancer too, and also I feel the need to say, check out where the Cancer North Node is transiting in your chart, and I feel this is where the direction of your life is about to take a whole new beginning. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Talk about a new beginning, right? You guys are feeling very stable this week. I feel it's a very peaceful environment. I feel the more that you stay in this energy and really focus on where you want to go and staying determined, everything else is going to fall into place. I see like friends, family, everything as well. Pentacles are good. I really feel that this week is going to be very good for you guys. Awesome. And Queen of Wands. So we have you also feeling passionate. So that's great. You guys are combining the logics to the passion. You guys are not just going by like fire signs. And I'm a fire sign, so and just go, go, go without thinking. You guys are incorporating the feminine creative aspect and pursuing it in the physical realm as the King of Swords. So it comes off in a more balanced way. So it comes in a more articulate way. So it doesn't come off as kind of all over the place like a fire sign can be. I can say that. So I feel since you're doing that, you guys are really able to manifest such harmony. Amazing. Good job, Libras. So let's see why the King of Swords is here. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Ooh. And we have the King of Swords twice. Wow, King of Swords twice in the same deck. You guys are definitely being very vocal this week about where you're wanting to create balance in your life. I feel also people could be coming to you this week to help them bring balance in their life as well, because you guys are such in a great energy. Somebody could just be like, hey Libra, can you help me out with this situation? So I really feel like people could really, because Libra is a Libra scale, so it's a very balanced person, but when they're unbalanced, they're really unbalanced, but when they learn to get it together, I really feel like they're even that much more powerful. So I really feel that you guys are definitely in a good place, like I said, and continue to focus on what you want to manifest, because you're in such a great space, so you guys can really take it up a whole nother notch from this perspective. So let's see why the Chariot is here. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Queen of Swords, a lot of swords, a lot of communication, I feel. But I feel that you guys are moving forward because you guys are cutting yourselves out of your self-imposed prison. Because the Eight of Swords, you see that she's free. She could just walk right past the swords. She is blinding herself. So she's not as limited as she thinks she is. And I feel that you guys are in that same energy and realizing how you may have limited yourself. And now that you realize that, you're more focused going forward, because it's like, wow, I've been holding myself back. Now that I realize that, I'm cutting that out. And also, it's a balanced counterpart because you got the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. So logically, the male and feminine aspects of your brain is on point this week, I shall say. Also, you have the passions behind it with the wands, so it gives that fire, that spark, that imagination, you know. So I really feel that that is great, and that's why you guys are able to manifest, because you guys are cutting yourself out of your own self limitations. Like, the world does not limit us, we limit ourselves. The physical reality we see is a manifestation of a collective of how we put ourselves in mental prison. That's why you see prisons. Prisons are a physical manifestation of what we do to our minds every day. So within, so without. So when we see all this corruption, it's like a form of corruption in ourselves. Like, it's just on a massive level because this is a collective. So I feel with every person who starts to get themselves out of this box of fear of what they can't do and believe in themselves, this is helping the planet just by the vibration. So let's say we was to get wiped off this planet, right? If we all start to get our energy together, we change that timeline. So that's why nothing is set in stone. Yes, from things from history. But then again, how many times do we always hear, wow, humans are awakening at a faster level? So if that means that we're awakening, doesn't that mean that we change the timelines that would seem to be destined to us at that period of time? So I really feel that this is a great energy, and many people could actually learn from this energy because it's we who create our reality. Like, for example, if we keep focusing on the end of the world, guess what? We're all going to collectively experience the end of the world. How many times in life do we feel like when one thing happens, we be like, oh, well, this is probably going to happen. Or what else can happen? And then you put that out there. Then when it happens, how many times we sit there like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Not all the time you knew. Depending on how powerful you are, you manifested that. And the universe just gave it to you. So I really feel like, Libra, keep going with this energy. Is amazing. And this energy definitely explains why you are having such a positive home experience and your pentacles are good. Like, that's definitely explains it, because you guys are not waiting for something outside yourselves. You guys are cutting your own self out the box and getting to work. I love that. So let's see why the Ten of Pentacles is here. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And we have the Hierophant. So I really feel that if you're single, you could experience someone who actually wants to give a stable commitment with the Hierophant here. And this person is really trying to build with you. So I really feel that this is predominantly for Libras. Well, if you're single, I really feel like that if you're really in this ebb of flow, it makes sense, because, you know, Libras are ruled by Venus, which is love. So that's why they're so balanced. But at the same time, it could be codependent. They're one of the main signs that could be codependent in our relationship, and because they try to conform to those that they love. So then they change themselves. Like, let's say, like, a Libra. I'm trying to use an example. I don't really know if many people know this person, but there's this singer called Queen Naja. I just want to use her as an example. She's a Libra, right? And a lot, she's all over YouTube because of her two relationships. You know, she had a relationship with this guy named Chris, and their relationship, he was a Libra or Virgo, but I'm not sure. Their relationship dynamic, she was a different person. She was more goofy because he was goofy. Like, it's like she is the light, like, of the man, I would say. Now she's with this guy named Clarence, right? And now we don't see that goofy side of Queen anymore. We see more of a serious. She doesn't feel as confident when she speaks. So she's an example of what Libra women can go through when they have not found love of self. They can go, and plus these were both toxic relationships, both of them. Because, you know, they're just toxic in their own ways because she never took time to figure herself out. So I feel for the Libras that have taken time to figure yourself out and love who you are as being a single person, you'd be surprised. Now you're actually going to start to see the manifestations of someone actually wanting to give to you what you give to self. We cannot expect someone to bring us the 10 of Pentacles if we're not 10 of Pentacles. It does not work. You attract what you are, and that's facts. So when you treat yourself, instead of looking for a man or a woman to show you love or take you out on a date, when's the last time you did something for yourself where you just was your own friend or you was your own confidant? So when you go through that, I could say an experience for me. Before I got my boyfriend now, I made the decision to be single. I was one of those codependent women. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Like, because of my own wounds and my childhood. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was normal to date toxic men. That's another thing. When depending on where you grow up at, you can never judge somebody's story. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you would probably be thinking the same thing as them if you lived like them. And if people really thought like that, instead of trying to judge, like, oh, I wouldn't put up with that. Like, I see both sides. I was that person who put up with it. And I was that person who got out of it. But also the same people who was telling me how stupid I was never went through what I went through. And I feel that that's the problem. When people actually want to come out with their wounds, they laugh at them and criticize them. But until you're in their shoes, you will never know how they feel. You know, so I think this is great for Libras to be in, is to be single and independent and find yourself first. Find out who you are as a man or a woman. What makes you happy? What are your own dreams outside of love? How many times on YouTube, for example, everybody wants to go towards the readings that's about loving somebody else. On my channel, if I see it in the cards, I'm going to tell you that. But my channel is more about loving yourself and appreciating yourself. And I share my stories of how I got over things, to encourage people to really take self-love seriously, because I was one of those people who didn't. And I say it in a way of how I got it, because it wasn't through people telling me I was stupid. It took time to look at my childhood. And that's where it stems at, Libra. So also for that, I want to mention that look at how your childhood is a reflection of your life right now. A reflection of your relationships. Have you been repeating the same patterns as your parents, your grandparents, your friends, all of that? So while you're still enjoying yourself, also dig deeper into before this commitment comes along. Make sure you check in with yourself to see how your wounds are feeling. Have you healed from past relationship hurts? If you're waiting for someone to come back, have you even healed from what they did? If you're waiting for an apology, have you forgiven that person before they come? Because it's so within, so without. It's only through us that we change our reality. And I've realized that when I've forgiven people without a sorry, I've gotten my apology. I just felt I just needed to throw that out there for some reason. I don't know. But let's continue. Let's see why the Queen of Wands is here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Beautiful. We have Jupiter. Jupiter's been making an appearance in like the past 3 readings I've done so far. So Jupiter is really out here trying to help people expand their awareness and really help get them where they need to be. Honestly, it's nice to have Jupiter here because he gives that abundance. He gives the positive, optimistic mindset. So it's like a reset. I love that he's in Sagittarius because I needed it. I needed it after 12 years. It was rough. So now that he's home, I get to recuperate myself. But this is for a whole collective. And also check out where Jupiter is transiting your house. And this is where you'll see it as well. For example, I have Jupiter in the 5th. So it's a renewal of things that I love, matters of the heart and pleasure and things like that. It's awesome. So we have the Page of Rods. So I really feel like the universe is definitely going to support you, Libra. Stay in this creative energy. Know who you want, know what you want as a Queen of Wands, and know your power and sit on your throne. Also, with Jupiter here, he's also going to make sure he kicks off people that is trying to hold you back. Look, he kicked him off, but his foot's still trying to hang on to drag her down. So be mindful of people that could be like that. The universe is turning the wheel in your life just like this picture. If you see people falling off, trust the process because you're going in new beginnings. So for all my Libras out there, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I'll check you guys out next week.